More problems, more solutions. So I'm house sitting across town and kind of going stir crazy, and thought I would run over here and pack my eBay and do this little video. So this is a little 71 Mercian I got from Tomcat Bikes for cheap because the stem was stuck. I was like, I don't care, I get stuck stems all the time. Blah blah blah. It was all camping over record. The parts are pretty nice. I want to save them. The bike got a restoration at some point with a repaint that did not stick, so it looks terrible. The paint's just flaking off like nothing. But the stem is stuck in a new and exciting way, so I figured we'd do another video. So if you know how the stem works, this is a hollow tube in here, and you got a bolt with an Allen head on the top, and this little head sits down inside the stem and it comes down into a little wedge. As you tighten it, the wedge expands against the aluminum stem and holds the thing in place. Now on a lot of bikes, the aluminum will sort of corrode to the inside of the steel steerer tube inside the fork. And that's why they're stuck, or the wedge will stick. And so you can break this thing loose, roll it up and whack it with a hammer a couple of times. Use a brass hammer or a piece of wood so you don't damage the stem if you're trying to save it, which I usually am. Sometimes that's not the problem. Sometimes the wedge is frozen or this thing's frozen. In this case, this guy is stripped out on the top. I already tried this really cheap Harbor Freight extractor bit set, which is good for bolts that break, but not bolts that are frozen. So it sort of digs in like a reverse drill, sort of tries to dig in. Sometimes I hammer it in and you can kind of reverse it out, and hopefully it'll stick to the broken head of the bolt and come out. I usually drill a hole in for a smaller one of these, and these work sometimes. The old Craftsman ones used to work pretty good. Expensive ones work pretty good. I have never had any luck with Harbor Freight stuff. It just breaks. So really don't waste your money. But if you see, the head of this guy is nice and big and fat, while the shaft is a lot smaller. So a thing you can do is get a drill bit the same size as the head. This one's a little too small. Get a bigger one. Maybe start with this one, go to a bigger one. Get a big drill bit and just drill just past this shaft, just past this head, get rid of all that metal, and that's going to leave nothing but this little hollow, this shaft in this big hollow hole. So if we can drill this head all the way off, this thing might come right out. Or maybe it's garbage and we'll end up cutting it off, which could happen too. But I want to try this first, because we might be able to save this stem, and if not, you know, at least we can save the headset. If this stem is frozen inside this fork, then we got some other tricks to try and get it out. But you gotta get all this stuff loose and out of the way first. Because I'd love to be able to save this frame and fork. It'd be real sad for this bike to go through this fork and just have the frame. It's got the campy dropouts. It's like old and cool. So we're gonna make some noise. So here's a corded drill. I still feel like the battery ones really have that much power, and the cord ones are cheap, and no one likes them because it's got a stupid cord. They have more power. They work often better. And we're going to try and drill this head out. Unfortunately, this stem is a real thick bolt and it really sits up. God, it looks like someone else has already tried to drill it. Someone else had that same idea. Let's see if we can have some better luck. I got a little cutting oil because it makes everything better, always. So I'm taking a drill bit that's bigger than this shaft. Not as big as the head, because it doesn't have to go through the whole head. It just has to go through the whole shaft, so we can drill through the head and separate this head from the shaft. And of course I'm wearing flip-flops and get some metal shavings all up in my toes. But I just hate shoes that much. It's sticking. Come on, baby. Monster. There we go. Ow. Hot, hot, hot. I'm usually a little tough for this, but in my old age I'm turning into kind of a wimp. Might shield my hand a little bit from these red hot sparks. It's nice and round in there now. It doesn't want to dig in anymore. It's kind of stopped, so I'm going to go to a smaller bit. So we get it started and we'll go bigger and bigger and bigger. Like you're supposed to do. A little more cutting fluid. There was what looked like a little bit of a drill hole in here. Stuff doesn't seem to be cutting into it. There might be a broken off drill bit in there. The drill bit won't really drill through a drill bit. But yeah, it's doing nothing. So instead of going smaller, we're going to go bigger. Back to the original plan. To drilling this entire head out. Maybe I can't drill it in, but if I drill the whole stupid thing out, there's really nothing holding it anymore. It's really, this little lip right there is the only thing holding it down. That's bigger. Oh man. I think 3/8 is the biggest thing I can get into this chuck. Let's try that. Getting this shrapnel out of the way so we can see what's going on. So I need to go a size or two bigger for shizzle. Drilling's always a fun exercise. I need to put like 5 pairs of scissors on the tool board because I can never find scissors. Bro. There's a fresh set of Harbor Freight cheapo bits. I don't expect to last very long. They were on clearance for a couple bucks. So I'm going to go back to my plan of going, oh, they're stupid. Back to my plan of going real little and seeing if that helps. I want to know if there's something broken off in here or if it'll drill down. Let's try just the center again. And it really doesn't seem like it's doing anything. Yeah, probably not. And I probably dulled a bit. Let's go up a reasonable size. Got cutting oil in there. I clear all the debris, so if there's more debris, I know it's from this. And we'll try and not go so fast just to heat it up and dull it. That feels good. I definitely caught something right at the beginning, but I don't know if it still is or not. I think it might be. Oh yeah. This bit is definitely making some chips. What do you know? Try and do it right, and stuff actually works. It's making chips. It's gone down a few millimeters. I want a few more just to be safe. Then we'll go a bigger bit and a bigger bit and a bigger bit. So I'm making tons of chips. Just filling this cavity just full of shrapnel. Nice, clean little gooey chips. Drilling's never fun. No one likes metal splinters. You stop it every 30 seconds or so to let it cool off and to clear all these chips out. And the fact that it's making more chips means it's working great. Add a little more cutting fluid so it doesn't overheat. It's like maybe a 1/4 inch deep now. It's probably deep enough. Let's go 2 sizes up. I never skip more than 2 sizes. So this causes problems. Skip 2 sizes up. Then we'll skip 2 sizes up, and we'll skip 2 sizes up, and that should be thicker than the thickness of that bolt. And this thing should just tap right out, in theory. You see all these chips just piling up all over the place, so this is cutting really well. Nice fresh sharp drill bits. Using a real low speed with cutting oil. Step up a couple more steps. chips. Get those chips out of my shoes. One more step up, and I think the next step will be way more than enough. So a little bit low and slow, but you know, slow is steady and steady is fast. It's a saying, it's real. God, we are in so deep. In theory, this bit is about as thick as this stem wedge. I'm going to go one size bigger than this even. This is the biggest size in this nice, sharp, fresh kit, though. Come on. Oil. Oh, you. Like, would not pull out. The second I lifted up, it poured everywhere. Cool. Ooh, red hot, red hot. Red hot. Oh, still attached, still in the size. Alright, another bit. Hope this one's sharp. It is a little bit. We're getting so close, this thing's either gonna spin right loose, or we're gonna know that the stem is actually stuck, but then at least the wedge should move or do something. Should do something. Back to where we started. I think this is the biggest bit we'll go through. And this is the biggest bit that'll fit in my drill. But it is definitely slightly bigger than your standard-y quill wedge. Come on, baby. Hey, alright. So that cut all the way through, and look at that. The whole head came right off on the drill bit. Ooh, whole head. And now it's probably stuck in the drill bit. And hot. Whoa. So now we know there's nothing holding this dude in. Here's just an old chromo 25-4 bar. Let's stick in here and try and leverage against. Oh, look at that, it turns. Sorry if you hear the washing machine. My room has to do laundry and I'm like so close to finish this video. I can't wait. I'm about to get back. Now I'm going back to my standard method. I spray a little bit of lube around the stem so it's sinking the headset, hopefully. I put a junk wheel on that I'm hoping it won't wreck. It's not actually junk. I pinch it with my knees. Stick an old handlebar in. And wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Oh! Fine, I'll actually tighten this wheel in. Not quick release, so lazy. The reason why I'm putting a wheel in is to try and keep from damaging the fork. See guys use baseball bats or anything, trying to hold the fork, clamp the fork in the vise, do anything to get it to hold, and then dent or destroy the fork. These are thin tubes. So I'm hoping with the junk wheel that the spokes and the rim will give up before the fork does, which I've done. I've talked on the wheel doing this before. Hold it down, twist, and lift. Like you're at the gym. Try not to overclamp and destroy the seat tube. I was smart to put a real 27-tube post in here, hold it at a post. But I'm being stupid. 27-tube carbon post, let's try and break that. That's fun. This dumb thing doesn't take a standard size bolt. It does take a standard, it's not a 5 or a 6. I found a wrench, I'd probably put it away. I don't know. So at least, I mean, not dent the tube. Cannot actually tell if it's coming up or not. It's going to come up a millimeter or two.
left, 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 left.
Also take this punch and smaller that drill bit and put it down onto what's left of this bolt in here. I'm gonna give it a couple whacks too, maybe that'll help. Hey! See, that's to knock the wedge all the way down so the wedge isn't frozen. Spider webs. Maybe I'll take some of this tension off. It's a little easier. And the stem is out. It is free. It's definitely a little chewed up in there. I don't know if that's from over tightening it or something. But we saved this nice old Chinelli stem. Last time I was at Bike Farm, they had one. It was missing the front bolt. I was like, I don't care. But they only charge $4 or $5 for old stems. I don't care. So I might go back there and see on Sunday if they still have it, because it had this bolt. But sometimes Chinelli did different stuff over the years, but maybe it's the right thing. Maybe we can save this stem all the way. It's a big old magnet. Come on, bud. Oh, there we go. You want to see what the extracted bolt looks like after the head's been drilled off. It is now kind of like a hollow, like spoon shape. So we drilled all the way through it, but a little bit biased. But we can save this part of the wedge. That's why I always save one pair of old handlebars. There's a pry bar, cheater bar, get stems off. I usually like to use the right size bar. Chinelli's are 26.4, this one's 125.0. If it wouldn't have moved real easy right away, I would have switched straight to the right size. I think I have a 26.4 that's Chinelli drop bar. That's a lot harder than using a nice big old chrome molded mountain bike bar. So anyways, that is my video. This is the third video I've done on how to get a stuck stem out. But this one's a little different, more fun. This is more about how to drill correctly. Small size bits with cutting oil, slow speed. Otherwise it's get red hot dull and real fast. But thanks for watching.
Look at this regal little man. Look at this guy. Just being so regal. Just being so sleepy time still. You wanna go outside, Bob? No. You just wanna get some good pets? Yeah, buddy. Oh.